All right, have a great show.
To the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Today's show is broadcast live from Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue and brought to you by Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. Texas Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. TFNB, your bank for life. The official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Baylor Scott and White Health, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. HEB, the official grocer of Baylor Athletics. Proudly serving Texans since 1905. Rudy's Barbecue, the home of real Texas barbecue. Now, here's your host, the voice of the Baylor Bears, John Morris.
People here know who Jerry
Who knows?
I bet
Who
this
in the
group
audience?
does,
All right, this group knows. Jerry Clower
Yeah.
was his neighbor. Isn't that wild?
That's right.
In Mississippi.
Sure was.
What was the address?
Route 4, Liberty, Mississippi, East Fork Consolidated High School, Jerry Clower. Knock 'em out, John.
Man, that is great. I'm guessing you got some pretty good Jerry Clower stories.
Well, his coon dogs that he hunted with were my dad. So
Really?
Yeah, there's some connections there. We were about 2 miles apart, but there was a Ament River between our homes and a church or two. But there's not much out in that area.
Right.
In Southwest
Still neighbors.
Mississippi.
Yeah. That is so cool. That's good to know. I don't know how we've gone this long and we haven't discovered that. I haven't discovered that. But welcome. Glad you're here. You got softball going. You got some work. You got a lot of games going on right now.
Yeah, season 26 coming up here. Yeah,
that's great.
So, yeah, we're excited. There's a lot of energy, some great personalities on this 26 squad, and I'm still trying to corral them a little bit. They're bouncing off the wall. A lot of freshmen with a lot of energy, exciting, but we're well underway now.
Yep. Yeah. Some of whom are here tonight, which is great. We'll get some questions from the audience, and some may come from that table, so that'll be good. So don't be threatening them.
Okay.
With lineup,
I would never do that.
Lineup restrictions with their questions. What you played McLennan last week? Is that when that was?
Monday.
Monday
2 nights
this week.
ago.
Okay.
Yep.
How'd that go?
Good. I think it was their first time to play this fall, our first time, and Chris does such a good job, and Jessica. They have one of the top junior college programs in the country, so it's really good. And we have a lot of young kids. We have 16 or 17 junior college age kids, sophomores, freshmen. So, but I thought we looked pretty good for having only had 4 or 5 pitch practices so far. So. It's fun to get out there and play. And we played over there at their beautiful complex.
It is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
What do you play 7 innings? Do you play longer than that? What do you want to do?
So we play, if you play a single game like we're playing this weekend, our tournament game at 7 innings, but you can play as many as 10 innings. So when you play one game in a week, you can play up to 10 innings, and we max that out so we can get more work in.
Gotcha. And you've got a bunch of games coming up this weekend.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. We play years ago we did a fall tournament, and it's mostly 2-year schools that we bring in, and that's what we're playing against. That gives them an opportunity to showcase their talent in front of a 4-year school, and it gives us an opportunity to evaluate that talent and play a lot of people. It's free substitutions. It's very relaxed. It's fun, and you get a lot of work in, and it's something different than inter-squatting and playing against yourself.
Mm-hmm. It really does. Can you learn things playing somebody else that you might not play in inter-squat?
Yeah, it's just in seeing well, the game has grown so much, John, to where there's talent everywhere, and you never know when you're going to find it. And, of course, we have four teams coming in. We have MCC. We have Southwest Mississippi Community College, which is my alma mater, believe it or not, junior college before going to Northwestern State. And we have Arkansas Rich Mountain, University of Arkansas Rich Mountain.
Which I'd never heard of before this week.
Same here, believe it or not, but doing a little research, they've had some great success.
Really?
So all of the other two-year schools knew who they were, so I think that says something for them. And then we have Temple, which is another outstanding. The junior colleges in the state of Texas are really strong.
Yeah.
So then we have Temple College coming in as well. So it's going to be a fun weekend for those teams. I know Southwest raised money throughout the year to come over here in the fall and play.
Wow.
It's a big deal for them.
That is great. Isn't it nice to have McLennan and Temple,
Yeah, right in your
McLennan
backyard.
in town and Temple 30 miles away.
It is, and both of those programs are very strong on the national scene as well. So, if you need to dip into those two-year programs, they're right here, so you have a good shot at those kids.
So do you know off the top of your head, what's that schedule look like this weekend?
Yeah, so we play at 3 and 5:30. We'll play Southwest Mississippi at 3 o'clock on Friday, and then 5:30 we'll play MCC again.
Okay.
Then on Saturday, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we play at 12:30 and 3 o'clock, I believe. Arkansas, Rich Mountain, and then Temple. And then on Sunday, we'll play Arkansas Rich Mountain again, I think at 11:30.
All right, very good. Man, that's a full weekend.
It is, and then you get to see other teams play and sit around and watch some good softball, and the weather's turned to where we're seeing some fall temperatures now, so it's going to be a fun weekend.
Weather turned like today with that front blowing through this morning, right?
It was hot the last couple of weeks.
Tell me about it. Yeah, it has been. So that's really cool. All right, so a lot of softball at Getterman Stadium. I think I'm right in saying it's free. It's open to the public. People can come and watch and see your team.
Yeah, pretty relaxed atmosphere. We'll have a scoreboard up there this time with the count, but no announcing. We'll have some music, but no concessions. So bring your own and just watch some softball.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right, that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at what we like to call the Big Getty.
The Big Getty.
The Big Getty.
One game over at MCC.
Oh, it
will
is?
be Saturday morning, played between MCC and Southwest Mississippi.
Okay. But all your games are at the Big Getty.
That's correct.
Have you copyrighted that term, the Big Getty?
We're working on it, but we got a nice T-shirt, right?
Yes, you gave me one.
So.
You gave Bob and I one.
Yep.
Or Aaron and I one.
Yep.
Sorry, Bob.
Bob's is coming. It's in the mail.
Sorry about that.
Gotta get him one now.
Now, you got Roy here from the Baylor bookstore.
There you
Roy,
go.
would that sell? Would a T-shirt with the Big Getty on it, would that sell in the bookstore?
Absolutely.
I think it would. So somebody needs to copyright that right now. Janice, that'd be a good one for you. Really cool. At Getterman Stadium, which is one of the best
It sure is.
home venues in the country. What else do you have besides these games in the fall?
So we have 3 more weeks of fall practice, 5 weeks in total, and we finish out with a Green Goal series. Now we also play Tarleton State, and we'll finish outside competition with Texas A&M. We'll go down to College Station and play them. So strengthening it a little bit outside of the 2-year schools, which serves a purpose, but we also want to see where we are against Power 4 competition. And, A&M had the number 1 seed, went into the tournament as the number 1 seed last year. So a great opportunity to see how you match up against real good competition. And, of course, they'll do the same things we'll do. We'll play 10 innings and sub a lot and get a lot of pitchers work in there as well. But it's still a good opportunity to see where your team is. And then we go into our final week, 3 days of our Green and Gold Challenge, where we'll match up and the teams will the team will compete against each other, and we'll play for something. And on the final day, Wednesday, we'll finish that with a big fundraiser that we have called the Dinner on the Diamond. This is a brainchild of Danny Price, our director of operations, and it has raised. Last year, we raised about $80,000.
Wow.
And we sell tickets. I think they're $50 a seat for the dinner. We'll have speakers. You'll meet the team. Have a fun afternoon for about an hour and a half, and I think you can get a table for $450. So we need some support out there. We need to raise some money. We got a big project going on right now with the renovation of our locker room that the girls are waiting for, and we'll get in December. But so we've got some financial needs that we need to secure, and that's one way of doing it.
What is the date for that?
Oh, good question. Help me out, Danny. October 15th. October 15th. It's a Wednesday, 3 weeks from today.
Okay, perfect. All right, we'll continue to remind people about that. We need people there.
Yes, and you can RSVP to Danny, DANI_Price at Baylor.edu. So Danny_Price, RSVP for that, and get your seat.
All
we
right.
need you.
All right, sign him up. What about Steve Campbell? Is he going to be there?
He will be there.
I'd pay money to sit by Steve Campbell. That'd be great. All right, very good. October 15th, dinner on the diamond with Baylor softball. It is a tradition unlike any other. Take a break. Back with more with Coach Glenn Moore, Baylor softball coach. We are live at Rudy's, the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank.
A bank in any town USA treats everyone like, well, anyone. At Central National Bank, we provide Central Texans with a different kind of banking. We believe in people over processes, listening over telling, and helping our customers over helping ourselves. Come to Central National Bank and experience the difference. Bank different, Bank Central. Central National Bank, member FDIC, proud partner of Baylor Athletics.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on, and there's no one key to victory. You need strength. You need power. You need agility. You need a team that shows up ready to win. And Toyota Trucks, yeah, they bring the full roster. The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for it all. With available bed-mounted power outlets, massive towing capability, and a cabin fit for your crew, Toyota Tundra and Tacoma don't just show up to game day, they dominate it. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event. But hurry, these deals won't last forever.
Toyota is a proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Wear green, haul gold in a new Tundra or Tacoma. Built to take you wherever the road leads, on game day and beyond. Visit your local Toyota dealer today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. And a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Central National Bank, we are live at Rudy's. Rudy's a proud sponsor of Baylor Athletics. Be sure to stop by your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com for some real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget Rudy's serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. There's young Turner Beard right there who's enjoying some of that turkey and a little sausage. So, Turner, we're glad you're here tonight. Welcome to you. And we love Rudy's. And we continue with Glenn Moore, Baylor softball coach. What's the what would you say is the makeup of your team this year?
Oh, wow. We have talent. We have young talent, inexperienced for the most part at this level, a lot of it. But we still have some experience returning as well. But we lost 11 players, so you would expect that. Even some of the ones that were here didn't get a whole lot of playing time. So we've got a lot of energy. We have a fun team, a team that likes to laugh, and they like to make fun of me. So, I enjoy going to work every day and practice and cutting up and telling my jokes and seeing the eyes roll. But it's good. It's a good group.
It's a fun bunch, and we'll see that with some of the questions that are coming up next segment. Yeah. Okay, some of the questions from the audience here. What's your pitching situation? Your pitching depth? I've said this before. A wise coach once told me you can never have too much pitching.
Yeah, and we have never had too much pitching that I can remember. Our key is to have pitching healthy. So we've got 5 arms and fairly young as well. A couple of transfers that we expect to help us, and some recovering from injuries. But knock on wood, all fairly healthy right now. So we're just trying to groom. A lot of these kids that were here did not have a fall last year, so we threw, for instance, Sadie Ross, Warnke, we threw them into the fire, really quickly without even being completely healthy. Released, but not completely healthy. So we're hoping to have more time to work them in the fall. I know Coach Newman is excited about the bullpens this year, and we've got a lot of work to do, and we'll grow through the season a little bit, and we need to play defense behind them. But what I like the most about this group is we have competitors. I don't think we have soft pitchers. I think we have pitchers that can endure the storm a little bit, and they get frustrated at themselves whenever they give up a hit or a home run. I know Peyton Tenner was a new kid, and she gave up a home run. After throwing really well, she gave up a home run. Just to tell you how they adapt to making fun of me, she came in the dugout, and I was trying to let her off the hook a little bit. I said, "You look really good. You just made something that I wasn't never really that good at, is making one. You just made one mistake." And I said, I didn't make many of those. So she turned and said, "Yeah, you made 3 or 4 a game, didn't you?" So, so she's there, fighting back a little bit. So they're learning how to handle me a little bit from that perspective. But I like this group. I like the catchers, the full battery. We are going to work really hard. We got a long ways to go. They know that, and we got to get a lot better. But they're working hard.
So your 26th year coming up, which is amazing. What is it? Is it your personality? What keeps the fire burning for you?
I'm a competitor. I love what I do. I love the interaction with the kids. I like having fun, joking around, but I also like competing and winning. So you'll look at our schedule, and every year we're playing. We could schedule a lot easier and win a lot more games, but I like to play the big dogs and be the giant killers and give our kids a chance to, if we're able to get to the World Series, you're not going to get there by playing weak competition. Mm-hmm. So you've got to play people as good as you or better to get better, and that's my philosophy. And we'll open up with this year with Mississippi State on our roster, and first opening day here at Getterman Stadium, and then we'll play Ole Miss a couple of games out in California. We go to Clemson, and we'll play Texas twice, defending national champions. We play Texas A&M, all outside of conference play. So, we're gonna be challenged again this year.
That is a tough schedule. California, is that the tournament, the Mary Nutter, that you normally go to?
We're not going back to that one. We're going to San Diego State's tournament this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
But a good field out there?
Pretty good. Yeah. Pretty good. I think, the Mary Nutters played at it's a great environment, but it's played at a rec park, and I'm not comfortable with those fields, and not other than the environment, atmosphere, and seeing good competition. I just don't think it's a safe environment to always play in. So we're going to change it up a little bit this year.
Gotcha. What does the league look like? I know we're a ways from the season, but
everybody knows what Texas Tech is doing right now. So they're the ones expected again to be even better than they were last year. Prior to last year, they'd never been to a super regional. I don't believe in last year they had a chance of winning a national championship because, they brought in some good athletes and mainly a good pitcher. And this year they've got more athletes to add to that. So they'll be the favorite. And then it could go just about anywhere after that. Arizona, Oklahoma State. Hopefully we're in the mix as well. So there's some good teams. It's a good softball conference, but with the portal and transfers in and out, there's a lot of unknowns trying to figure out how people are going to fit into programs they came from, and what they're able to do at these new programs.
I got you. We started out talking about the Big Getterman Stadium. Any changes there? You said you're working on the locker rooms.
Yeah. New locker room. For the first time in a long time, we're having an upgrade in our locker room.
Nice.
And we're very excited. I don't want to give away too much on what it's going to look like because it's going to be a surprise to the girls when they walk in. But right now they're inconvenienced by not having a locker room, really, just living out of a suitcase, if you will. And it'll make it a little more nice whenever they're able to call a place home. But it's going to be super nice, and we'll have some show some progress. Right now it's gutted, so it doesn't look really good, but it's going to be completely complete makeover.
Nice. Yep. Very good. Where do they locker right now?
Well, we're sharing over at Williams with the visitors' locker room with soccer, but they're in season, so the visiting teams use that as well. So they're really in and out of their bag. But this weekend they'll be using that locker room, and then we're using our indoor, and looks kind of like it did during COVID.
Let's don't go back there.
No.
Let's don't go backwards at all.
But they're handling it really well. So
all right, very cool. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, your questions for Coach Glenn Moore. Questions from the audience here at Rudy's in the Baylor Coaches Show, talking Baylor softball to start things off tonight. And we'll be right back after this.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
Kids can now join the Baylor Cub Club, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics, presented by Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Medicine and orthopedics health tip for the week: don't let pain slow you down. We diagnose and treat sports-related injuries and provide orthopedic services for athletes and non-athletes alike. Visit a Baylor Scott & White sports medicine and orthopedic specialist and move like you used to. And we welcome you back on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. Coach Glenn Moore with us, Baylor softball coach, about to begin his 26th season as softball coach here at Baylor. His bride, Janice, is here. Welcome to you. Great to see Ken and Mary Sorley, Marineland Waco Yamaha, big partner, sponsor with you on the Dinner on the Diamond, correct?
Yes, they are. In everything we do.
In everything.
They support our program, so very grateful, as they have for many, many years. Just want to say just a big thank you to Ken and Mary. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you all very much. That's very good. Very good. Dinner on the Diamond coming up October 15th at on the Diamond at the Big Getterman Stadium. All right, we got some questions from the audience, okay? Let's start with this one from Andrew. Andrew asked, what's the hardest thing about coaching? And then follow up, what's the best thing about coaching?
Oh, my goodness. Hardest thing about coaching is probably recruiting. I guess that would be the bottled answer right now. It changes so much, and especially with the dynamics of what we're doing today with the portal and losing kids and not knowing what your roster is going to look like at the end. You know, the factors, and then what do you need to replace, and, you know, trying to figure out NIL, revenue share, and all that stuff. That's pretty challenging, as you know, Andrew. And the best thing about it is seeing kids come to know Christ through our platform of softball. So that's exciting. We'll have a spiritual retreat. Another thing that Danny leads with our team. She's a do-it-all Danny, and we have a spiritual retreat at the beginning of the year to set things right. And we typically have a baptism or 2, sometimes 3 or 4, and I think that's the most exciting part of it. I love to compete and love to win softball games, but winning these lives for Christ is, you know, everything else pales in comparison. So thanks for that question.
Very good, very good. And that takes place when, in January or right before the start of the season?
The opening day of prior to 2 days before the opening day of school. School starts back. We'll be on the retreat, and so we'll go out and have just a great time as we study the Word and have some speakers and just get serious about what's important.
That is so great. Winning lives for the kingdom is tremendous.
Amen.
All right, another question from Roy right here front and center. Roy asks, how much have high school softball athletes been affected by the transfer
Oh,
portal?
yeah, good question, Roy. Tremendously. High school athletes are now having many cases, the elite level that have already shown that they can play at a high level are getting picked pretty quick. We're fortunate. We have, I think, 7 freshmen coming in, but it's unlikely you'll ever see that again from us for a while unless things change because of the portal. And now that you can recruit from the portal highly qualified athletes that have already played at the college level where you can evaluate them, then it's a much higher risk to go to the ones that are unproven. And quite frankly, the ones that we have transferred in out of the portal have been very much more appreciative, and I'll say this with some of our freshmen in here, more appreciative of what Baylor offers because they've seen that the grass is not greener on the other side, and they've been some of our more appreciative athletes of what we offer here at Baylor. So I think we almost 100% that we've made very few mistakes out of the portal. So from that regard, as much as I am not a big fan of the portal, it's been a blessing to coach those that maybe have committed to another school because of all the maybe a football game or all the excitement of that atmosphere. They come here and see that things are solid here and what Baylor's really about, and they appreciate that atmosphere a little bit more than I think the ones that are just coming straight out of high school.
Very good. Great question. Thank you, Roy. Debbie Dewey asked a similar question. What changes would you make to the current transfer portal rules?
Well, it's going to sound funny after I just said that, but I'm not a huge fan of the transfer portal as it is right now. I would the way it is currently, and the freedom to for an athlete to get upset with a coach in one practice and next day they're in the portal, I would like for it to be a little bit more difficult so that we could let them know that life's not like that. Push through some tough times, and if we were able to jump every time we get mad about something or unhappy or didn't get to start or in a lineup, then you'll see actually what you're seeing now: jump. Some of it's dollar related and under the table offers going on, but a lot of it is just not pushing through a tough challenge in life. So I personally would like to see a sit out period of a year but not lose any eligibility. I don't want them punished for that eligibility, but I think if we were to sit out a year, you would see less coaches recruiting under the table, if you will, less travel ball coaches helping to negotiate these transfers, and maybe a little bit more thought put into moving from one school to another. When you watch football on a Saturday, you're going to see Janice was talking about the other day, and you see a player that's got 3 schools on their name, and I just don't think that's healthy, good, and it doesn't benefit them academically either. So I would like to see it just a little bit more difficult to make those moves.
Very good. All right, here's a question from Gus, who asks, what advice do you have for the county fair? Should I also invest in a whistle?
Well, a whistle would do you no good, Gus, so I don't think that's necessary. But the whistle was a lot of work on me during county fair. I had to blow the whistle an awful lot. Had to recover a few days after the county fair. Those of you who don't know what the county fair is, it's a free event that they don't even have to pay for a ticket to get in and to ride the rides, to pull the sled, to do
free
the
event.
roll. So advice would be probably prepare for it over the summer, maybe a little bit harder.
Oh, okay. Zing. There you go. All right, next from Olivia. And Olivia asks, what are your 2 favorite numbers this week?
6, 7, of course. 6, 7.
6, 7. There you go.
And then for everybody that don't know what that means, neither do I.
That's right. Nobody really does, right?
I've just been told it's not inappropriate. So whatever it means, if you want to Google it, go figure it out.
6, 7 it is. Final question. This is from Jaden, who says she's your fave. How much of a head start would you need to beat me in a race?
Judging from your time in the shuttle, it wouldn't be very much.
Oh, man. Oh, we need to make that happen. Danny, make that happen, will you?
I'm just judging from the shuttle time.
Oh, my goodness. All right, there you go. Gauntlet has been tossed on the ground, and we'll follow up. Well, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Once again, October 15th, dinner on the Diamond. Really, really cool event at Getterman Stadium.
Looking forward to it, and come out and just casual dress, get a table and sit there and enjoy meeting the girls. Are hilarious. You'll hear from them, and we'll have a speaker, and we'll just have a good afternoon and try to raise some money for Baylor softball.
Very good. Danny_Price at Baylor.edu to reserve seats, reserve tables there. And you got 5 games in 3 days this weekend.
That's correct.
At Getterman Stadium.
Come out and
support Baylor softball. Glenn Moore, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, John.
All right, we'll take a break. Felecia Mulkey joins us after a break on the Baylor Coaches Show.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on.
Right back, John.
There's no one key to victory. You need strength. You need power. You need agility. You need a team that shows up ready to win. And Toyota Trucks, yeah, they bring the full roster. The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for it all. With available bed-mounted power outlets, massive towing capability, and a cabin fit for your crew, Toyota Tundra and Tacoma don't just show up to game day, they dominate it. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event. But hurry, these deals won't last forever.
Toyota is a proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Wear green, haul gold in a new Tundra or Tacoma. Built to take you wherever the road leads, on game day and beyond. Visit your local Toyota dealer today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
A bank in any town USA treats everyone like, well, anyone. At Central National Bank, we provide Central Texans with a different kind of banking. We believe in people over processes, listening over telling, and helping our customers over helping ourselves. Come to Central National Bank and experience the difference. Bank different, bank Central. Central National Bank, member FDIC, proud partner of Baylor Athletics.
Join us November 13th at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame in Waco for our next Lunch with a Legend, presented by Baylor Alumni Sports Outreach. Our special guest will be former Baylor basketball standout and entrepreneur Jim Turner. It's Thursday, November 13th, beginning at 11:30 a.m. at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame, and tickets are available now by calling 254-710-8300. Join us as we hear from Jim Turner, November 13th, presented by Baylor Alumni Sports Outreach.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. And folks, join me in welcoming, well, she's the GOAT. She is the best in the business, Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling. Head coach Felecia Mulkey, welcome to you.
Thanks for having me.
There aren't many people I would call the GOAT and feel okay doing that, but you're okay. You kind of accept that.
Goats are cute.
Goats are cute.
I'll take a goat, a cute little baby goat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, you are the GOAT, 10 straight.
Well,
Do I have it right? 10 straight.
It is 10, yes.
NCATA national championships in your sport, and sport continues to grow.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give us an update?
I think we're at 53 or 54 schools right now. The good thing is I'm losing count.
Yeah,
But we just added a Division III school in Pennsylvania just about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So the update on the sport is January at the NCAA convention in Indianapolis. There will be a vote to officially make acrobatics and tumbling an NCAA championship sport. And what that will mean is in 2027, if everything goes well and the vote goes well, will be our first NCAA championship. So our trophy will have a blue dot.
Yes.
So, yes, I'm waiting for that blue dot.
That is great.
Yeah.
Are you going? You going to be there in January?
I'm going. Yeah,
I would think so.
I got to figure it out with practice, but I can't come this far and not be there for the vote, so
Exactly.
I'm going to have to show up.
It would be a travesty if you weren't there. So you need to be there. Great. And continue to add schools.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you wear like 2 or 3 different hats. One of those is promoting the sport and trying to get schools to add the sport. You still doing that as much as you have been?
I do it, and the interesting thing since I started doing that, it used to be beating down doors and really harassing athletic directors across the country. I met so many athletic directors this way, and now it's really responding to interest. You know, I do an email and an outreach about 3 or 4 times a year, but people will reach out to me now, and I have consultants reaching out on behalf of their clients, confidential clients who are looking to add schools to get information. So what that tells me is the sport is out there and people are talking about it. And so I'm happy to do whatever I can to grow it. So there's some Power 4 interest out there. And so I didn't know how that would happen. Right now with everything going on with the House settlement and everything, you really don't know what's going on. But I do think there's an appetite for it because of the gender equity piece and the roster size, et cetera. So I don't know, no promises, but there's some. I think you'll see some other schools whose names you'll recognize that will add in the next year or so. But right now, I'm just excited that it's going to be an NCAA sport.
Yeah.
I mean, it's surreal, and to think we're actually kind of almost there.
So good. Yeah, it's been a long climb, hasn't it?
It has been a long climb.
For you, it's been a long climb. And it's interesting that there's so much interest in adding a sport like acrobatics and tumbling in these days when money is so tight and there's such a strain on college athletic departments.
It really is, and I think I would never pretend to know what MAC is going through and handling all of that, but I think each school is approaching it differently. They have their own needs, from what I can tell, based on the questions that are being asked. Acrobatics and tumbling is an affordable sport. I don't want to cheapen it, but it's affordable. You don't need a dedicated facility. We happen to have one, so I'm very blessed for that, but you don't need a dedicated facility for practice, and then you compete in a basketball and or volleyball arena. So you're not going out and building a new facility. I think that's a draw a lot of times. The large roster, if you're looking to equal out gender equity, I think the large roster is a draw. And plus, the skill set is just popular. Gymnastics, cheer, power tumbling, et cetera. And then youth acrobatics and tumbling in general is now growing across the country. So they know that it's going to they're going to get a unique population of students on their campus. I think sometimes schools add sports because there's already interest there, right? So you may have a club, water polo program, making up things. Almost said underwater basket weaving. You have a
that's
club.
A class.
You have a club that, right? But with acrobatics and tumbling, if you're looking, because what you can also bring in is tuition revenue. So we're an equivalency sport, and I guess everybody's kind of an equivalency sport now in this day and age, but they're getting partial scholarships, et cetera. So these young women are paying some tuition to go to these schools that they're going to. So I think that's another thing that schools, particularly maybe not D1s, but maybe smaller schools, are looking at that tuition revenue piece as well. And so just tons of different reasons, and every school has its own why.
I'm sold.
Yeah.
That's
All
a
right.
good pitch right there.
Let me know. I can get
My
you whatever
school
you need.
already has the best program in the country. So what about roster size, roster limits? Some sports, it's changing. Is it changing at all with A&T?
Our limit is 55.
Okay.
So I think we were at 52 or 53 last year. Our roster this year is 50.
Okay.
Which is manageable, and I think that's a good roster for A&T to build a really strong bench and develop. So it's not hurting us at all. I like it. I know it was unfortunate. Some of the roster numbers, it went down. And so I don't like the way that feels.
Right.
But I didn't make that decision and don't know much about it. But it didn't affect us that way.
What's your roster look like? What's the makeup of the roster, returning players and newcomers?
Okay, we have 50, and I only have 9 newcomers.
Wow,
so, yes.
that's a lot back.
Yeah. So this first few weeks, so we are in our second week of our 20-hour period, which is the big-time practice. And, man, we're so far along. It's so much fun. It's so much fun to see, especially in the acro area. So much strength from these bases. And, you love to see the new ones come in and develop. But I love when those sophomores come back from their freshman year and they figured it out and they're not learning the ropes anymore and they worked out over the summer. I just can't wait to, I get excited for them as well. So
I've never heard you say that this early in the fall.
Yeah, no, we always have a long way to go. But I'm looking around like, oh wow, okay, well, I can put our team event together. I can do this, I can do that now. And what it's going to allow us to do is get settled in some skills that I think will be really impressive, and then raise the bar even more. And I think that's going to be fun, and we'll be able to do that.
All right. Do you have is this all in the lab behind closed doors doing your work, or do you have any outside competitions in the fall?
Everything is in-house, so we're not allowed to have outside competition in the fall.
You
We are
couldn't
not
if you
allowed.
wanted to.
Yeah, I think it's more of a safety issue because of the way the sport's created. We recruit from so many different disciplines, right? So they're coming in from cheer, they're coming in from gymnastics, from power tumbling, and they're coming in and competing their skill set, but they're going from a spring-loaded floor to a non-spring-loaded floor. Some of the skill sets and techniques are tweaked, so the fall is really used to learn and kind of everybody get on the same mat, if you will, the same playing field. So I think that's a safety issue that we see, or a safety thing that we do. And then our competition starts in February.
I got you. Crazy question I've never asked you. Do you ever do any inter-squad competitions?
We do, yeah. Now that we're big enough, we do. It's usually, and we haven't really opened that up to the public yet. I guess we could, and this would be a year that we could really do that since we are far enough ahead. But we have a big enough roster till we could do, an inter-squad and maybe do a fun open practice. So, okay, John Morris says we need to have an open practice.
There you go.
I guess we're going to do it. Everybody can come. But.
Only if it works for you. You're the GOAT. I'm just asking the questions. So, very good. We're with Felecia Mulkey, Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling head coach. We'll take a break and be right back. More to come on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in-network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oil field trailers? We carry a full line of big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed. Smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Central National Bank. Thanks again to our host here at Rudy's. We love coming to Rudy's, and we're here each and every Wednesday during the fall, 6 to 7 p.m. Central Time for the Baylor Coaches Show. You can tune in and actually watch. If you're listening to us, you can watch on the Baylor Athletics YouTube channel, either live or archived. And for another few days here for the month of September, do you know about this?
I don't.
So Rudy's is doing these cups that money goes to the Texas Flood Relief Fund. On these special cups. Really cool. Texas Strong from Rudy's. So really cool initiative by Rudy's, and that continues through the month of September, which is flying by. October, like next week, a week from tonight is October 1st.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Things are flying by. What's the initiation process? Initiation's kind of not a good term.
Don't get me in trouble, John.
Not initiation, but acclimatization. When you bring your new student athletes in, what do you do to get them acclimated to your program?
You know, I'm more concerned about just their transition into school and less about the program. So the way we work it, everybody gets on campus and we have our first team meeting on Sunday night, and I just relay out all the rules for them that they already know. Talk about a strategy and just some intention for the year, and encourage the upperclassmen to lead with intention. And we kind of go from there. And then I really keep an eye on them, I feel like, the first couple of weeks. So there's no big events. We don't have a huge budget to do team building and things like that. So we just team build at every practice and just kind of stay in touch with them. And, we can only have them for 8 hours a week in the beginning.
Start, right.
So I just annoy them a lot. So I don't have them in practice, but I'm just annoying them. But they're in the weight room about 4.5 hours a week in the beginning. So one of our staff is always there along with our strength staff. So, yeah, it's really, I don't really have anything big and special. It's more of like an ongoing team building and, acclimating to campus. And you can see it. You can see the freshmen kind of fall into their little routine. It's cute.
That's cool.
It's cute.
Do you, when you stand up in front of the team for the first time, do you wear like 10 national championship rings?
No.
And just stand up there and don't even mention it, but you got them all on?
I don't. I actually have a PowerPoint that includes a slide for each of the dogs.
Oh, for the dogs.
Yeah.
Very good.
So Rocky, one of my other dogs, but Felix the cat, Roxy G, and Lilybug all have their own slide on my PowerPoint.
Of course they do.
That's how I acclimate them to Baylor, is show them how weird I am.
That's what they need to know about your dogs. Very cool. And you mentioned the Farrell Center and your new home at the Farrell Center. You and volleyball share that facility now, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And you're doing a major locker room project right now, aren't you?
Yes, we are. So excited. So last year, we were able to move into the old men's basketball practice facility. If you come in and look at it, it's just kind of like wall-to-wall mats and gymnastics equipment. And we finally got them to take the scoreboards down. I fought to take the scoreboards down. I was like, I don't want to feel like we're practicing and borrowing this from basketball. So they took the scoreboards down. But that practice facility has been such a blessing. It's really changed the way we train. But then last year, we used the men's and women's locker rooms as our locker room and team room. And that was our temporary fix, and people were apologetic. Oh, Fee, I'm sorry we don't have this done. I'm like, are you kidding? This is fantastic. So the women's basketball locker room was amazing. That was our team room. It had this couch. We still have the couch. It's like as big as one of these tables. The kids loved it. It was gorgeous. And then we had the men's basketball locker room. And honestly, it was kind of grimy. We had to clean that up a little bit. It's a guy thing. It's a guy thing. What were they doing in there? But what we did for the seniors last year, they leveled one side of the men's basketball locker room, and we just brought all of our old lockers in. And then on the locker room side, we just put graphics up of the seniors. And so they had their picture on their locker. This was a very big deal, apparently. So we were very excited with that. And I really didn't know. This is Baylor is amazing. I really didn't know how it would go because it costs money to do that, right? So I was like, you know what? I had already decided if we're going to be in these lockers for these locker rooms, it's going to be fine. We can sell it. It's going to be amazing. And demo started, and so they completely blew out all of our temporary locker rooms. And their renderings now, we have renderings up. We just had an official visit weekend of our brand new team room and brand new locker room. That will be specific for acrobatics and tumbling. It will fit 55 athletes should we fill out our roster. The team room serves as just a lounge and also a team room like film area.
Wow.
Yeah, it's every time I go in one of the meetings when they're designing it, I'm just like, act like you've been here before. Because I've never had the opportunity to create, do something new like that.
Yeah.
So they're asking you all these questions and I'm like, am I too easy? Because I'm just like, yes, all of these things are amazing, but everyone will have to come tour when they open.
Love to see that, yeah.
Our temporary locker room now, if you guys are familiar with the Baylor Stone Room in the Farrell Center, may have been there for an event. I was like, here's me. I was like, oh, temporary, it doesn't matter. Throw some pipe and drape up, well, this will be our locker room. And the Stone Room opens off of our office suite. So they actually built a temporary wall and made half of the stone room into our locker room / team room, and half of it is for a training room for volleyball and us for a year. And they're apologizing, and I'm like, this is so much better than I could have ever imagined. Don't get me wrong, I want the new one next year. But this is, the temporary is really nice. I'm super grateful.
Yeah.
And then the athletes are grateful, and it's fun. They're coming in through our office suite, so there's a lot of constant energy.
Wow. When will the new locker room and team room be completed?
I think, construction is construction, so I think we'll be able to move in next fall. I'm not sure. I'm not going to put any pressure on Henry.
So about a year away.
I think so.
A little under a year away.
Yeah, I think so. I'm hoping when we start next fall, we will start there. So.
Beautiful. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, very good. We'll take a break. Continue with Felecia Mulkey, Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling. Questions from the audience when we come back. Stay with us. It's the Baylor Coaches Show live from Rudy's.
Baylor Volleyball is ready to go gold with you on September 27th at 2 p.m. Your Bears take on the TCU Horned Frogs, and we need you to be early and loud. First 250 fans will receive a gold jersey rally towel. Stay after the match for autographs with the team. You can get your own exclusive Go Gold apparel from the Baylor Bookstore and the Spirit Shop. Sic 'em Bears.
A bank in any town USA treats everyone like, well, anyone. At Central National Bank, we provide Central Texans with a different kind of banking. We believe in people over processes, listening over telling, and helping our customers over helping ourselves. Come to Central National Bank and experience the difference. Bank different, bank Central. Central National Bank, member FDIC, proud partner of Baylor Athletics.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on, and there's no one key to victory. You need strength. You need power. You need agility. You need a team that shows up ready to win. And Toyota Trucks, yeah, they bring the full roster. The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for it all. With available bed-mounted power outlets, massive towing capability, and a cabin fit for your crew, Toyota Tundra and Tacoma don't just show up to game day, they dominate it. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event. But hurry, these deals won't last forever.
Toyota is a proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Wear green, haul gold in a new Tundra or Tacoma. Built to take you wherever the road leads, on game day and beyond. Visit your local Toyota dealer today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
National Bank, we are joined by Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling head coach Felecia Mulkey, the GOAT, and we got some great questions from the audience. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
First, Steve asked, please explain difference in a spring-loaded, etc. floors.
Okay, so a spring-loaded.
Is this from you, Steve?
So,
this Steve right here. Okay.
Okay. The spring-loaded floor is what you see in the Olympics, where it's that foam-bonded mat, but it's over springs. So it's a lot more. You can get your power from the spring floor. You know, the non-spring-loaded floor that we compete on is a 2-inch foam carpet-bonded mat right on top of the gym floor. So there's no spring under it. Actually, kind of sucks your power the tiniest bit. But and so we have to change our technique a little bit when they come here. So that all of them are coming from a spring-loaded floor in some way, if it's cheer, if it's in gymnastics. And if you like science and whatnot, if this is your body and you're tumbling and you're on a spring floor and you want to go up, you set like this. But if you're on a non-spring-loaded floor, you want to set like this. So the first few months that they're here, we work on speeding up their round off and getting them in if they're going to do a back handspring, to scoop through and get their hands back quick. But if they're going to do a salto, a flip up, then we work on their set here. So it will change them. So if you do a spring floor set on a hard floor, sometimes you don't make it all the way over. But yeah, so that's the difference. And so it really, to me, it makes it so impressive what these young women on our team and every team across the country can do on that floor, because they look like they have springs in their feet.
Yeah, it's a huge difference.
It really is.
But you can't tell with your girls.
Yeah.
All right, Roy asked how many former athletes are now coaches?
You know, so former athletes in general, like just former acrobatics and tumbling students or student athletes, like 75% of our coaches across the country were acrobatics and tumbling student athletes at some place, right? Which I think that makes me just like grandma coach, because they are all like mid-20s, late 20s or whatever. But which is really, that is fun. And so we created competitive opportunities, but we also created career opportunities in this sport. And they continue to open across the country. As far as our student athletes, I don't know right now. There's a lot there, and I hope they just continue to grow. We didn't have anybody from last year's senior class go into coaching, but I know there's a couple of seniors that are graduating this year that really want to get into it. So
that's so amazing that you have so many. You've lost count of how many you have out there coaching.
Yes,
that's pretty cool.
I mean, down at UMHB is Rafi Scotto, and then I know off the top of my head, Augustana is Kaylin Cowan, who's a former Baylor Bear, and then Iona, who will go up and see this year, is a former Duck that I coached at Oregon, and then also I coached her at Kennesaw State, so we go way back. Yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
a small world.
All right, final minute, 2 final questions.
Okay.
Andrew asked, what's the appropriate roster limit number of wiener dogs at home?
I don't have a roster limit.
There is no limit.
My husband has implemented a limit, but I'm not going to allow it.
You don't have a limit. Jeff does. All right, final question from someone named Glenn Moore.
I've heard that guy.
He asked, what position would you recruit Coach Moore to compete in?
Coach Moore would be a base.
It's fair.
And
fair. No, that's fair.
I think.
What do you want to be, a top? You want to be a top?
Well, I was about to say, I think you could be a tumbler. I think you could be a tumbler, yeah. It's just athleticism, Coach Moore. You could do it.
It's all athleticism. That's what it is. All right, very good. That's a good way to wrap things up. Thanks for being with us. Good luck. We'll have you back in the spring for sure.
Yep.
And we appreciate everything you do.
Well, thanks.
Coach Felecia Mulkey, Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling. Take a break, come back, and wrap things up live from Rudy's right after this.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience.
All right, be about a minute, John.
With all the expert.
About a minute, I'll count you down.
Under one roof.
Huh?
Every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
Are you ready for Baylor football? The Bears have an action-packed home schedule with premier matchups against Auburn, Kansas State, Utah, and defending conference champion Arizona State. You make the biggest impact in the stands, so get your season tickets now. Purchase your tickets today at BaylorBears.com/tickets for your seat at a rockin' McLean Stadium. Sic 'em Bears.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed. Smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. And a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
To wrap things up on this week's Baylor Coaches Show, live from Rudy's. Thanks again to our host here at
1
Rudy's.
minute. 1 minute.
Under upcoming events, Baylor volleyball's on the road at Texas Tech. Is that tonight? Yeah, it's going on right now. So volleyball at Tech, but home Saturday, 2 o'clock versus TCU, a ranked matchup, and it's their gold match. So a big one Saturday at 2 in the Farrell Center. Baylor volleyball versus TCU on Saturday. Soccer's on the road. The Kansas swing at Kansas and at Kansas State. Football's on the road at Oklahoma State. That is Saturday at 2:30. Back home Saturday week, October 4th, and that will be a go gold game at McLean Stadium. Baylor versus Kansas State, 11 a.m. kickoff on Saturday, October 4th. Plenty of gold Baylor wear at the Baylor Bookstore and the Baylor Spirit Shop. So take advantage of that and come wearing gold on October 4th as Baylor hosts Kansas State at McLean Stadium. We appreciate you being with us this evening. We appreciate Coach Glenn Moore and Coach Felecia Mulkey being with us as well. Next Wednesday here at Rudy's, we'll have Jay Goebel with us, and Dave Aranda will be back with us next Wednesday as well. So thanks for being with us. Thanks.